Hey guys, hope everybody's doing good today. And I just had to take a minute to follow up on my last video. And the first thing that I want to say is I am absolutely overwhelmed at the responses that I've received really over the entirety of my trip, but really over the last few weeks. You guys are amazing. You're inspirational to me. I kind of feel a debt that I don't think I'm ever going to get to pay back. And I just want each and every one of you to know that I read them all on YouTube, Facebook, and then the texts and phone calls that I've received as well. I love you guys, and I'm just very, very blessed. I'm very grateful, and thank you guys. If you've been following my videos, I think you figured out that I have come home to Tulsa. And you know, as I said in my video, that I had figured out a lot of stuff and you can't figure out more. You know, but it figured some of that stuff out. Sometimes it's kind of like peeling an onion. It exposes other things that maybe you hadn't considered. And I really do feel that my trip was successful and I got a lot done of what I wanted to get done. That being said, however, the longer that I've been home, the more of that competitive nature has kind of started to bubble up to the top. And I've got to be honest with you, I've said it a couple times that you know, I went out there, it was harder than I thought it was going to be, even though I'd done a big chunk of it last summer. But it's kind of builds on you. And I really felt like I got punched in the mouth a little bit. And there were a couple of days where I got all I wanted, and there could have even been a little bit of fear that built up in me, thinking, oh my God, I got to do that again tomorrow. You couple that with the issues I was having with my knee, and it just got to a point where I was happy where I was and had a great week and just thought I was done. And I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. I kind of thought I did all my due diligence, so that's when I made the decision to come home. And you know, I did. I wanted to see my family and friends, and there, you know, I missed a few things that happened that I just can't believe I wasn't there for. All of that being said, I just feel that there's more that I want to do, and over the last few days, I just keep running through my head, you know, how I would kind of do things differently, and the things that I did that really were outside of what I wanted, and it was just because I really wasn't hiking my own hike. So I go to the doctor, and my doctor tells me what he thinks, and I appreciate that. Smart guy. And sent me over to Tulsa Bone and Joint here, and did some x-rays and met with the orthopedist and all that kind of stuff, and he concurred with my doctor, and basically they both said, because they knew my history, they knew what was going on, and they said, don't go back to the trail. That there's no absolute injury in your knee, but the inflammation and the spurs that I have on my cartilage, it's gonna cause, you know, long-term permanent damage, you know, if I keep going. And I thought about it, and for whatever reason, this decision was a whole heck of a lot easier. So yeah, today's Sunday, and Tuesday afternoon I'm going to be back on the trail. But now, you know, as I prepare to go back, I don't know, I'm looking at it a little differently. I'm looking at it, I'm a little, I don't know, I'm pretty motivated. I'm running a little hot on this thing. It's kind of like, you know, if you're playing sports and you go out there and you get punched in the mouth, and you're coming back to the second quarter, and it's like, yeah, punch me in the mouth. So yeah, I'm feeling a little aggressive about it. I'm feeling a little pissed off about it. I'm feeling that I have something to prove, and I'm gonna go prove it, I guess. I don't know. I think there's other layers. I'm dropping some baggage. I'm putting some stuff down, but it doesn't tell me, you know, like what's the next steps. It's like, what's the future hold? What am I gonna do next? So I did figure some stuff out, but there's more to figure out. You know, And you know, in terms of figuring stuff out, I went back and looked at some of my videos, and I looked at other videos of people that are hiking that I admire. And the video thing's kind of hard. It's not really technically that hard, but it's hard to do when you're freaking exhausted. You're like, you know, you're so tired, and you just want to lay down, or you need to go get water, or you need to eat because you haven't eaten anything. You gotta go hang your hair around and all that kind of stuff, and you know, and I gotta do a better job of that. I gotta do a better job of storytelling, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on that is not making my videos, and I really think I need to share that stuff. So I want to go back to tell a better story. I want to go back, you know, I feel like I did, you know, my best on that first part, but I'm feeling, you know, mentally I'm coming from a kind of a different place now, a little bit more of a scrapper's perspective. You know, it's kind of like, you know, a fighter that got knocked down in the first round, and you want to come off the canvas and land a few shots. I kind of feel that way. And you know, I've talked to a few folks who want to see more, and I think that's cool. And some of my friends in town that I've talked to, that are kind of following the journey, I think they would, you know, it's like, yeah, let's go back, show us some more. So that's part of the story right there. And there are things in the very first video I talked about recovery, and a lot of, I've not really shared much of that story, and part of the reason I've not shared the story is that when you're out there, you're so physically, mentally exhausted that your emotions are really close to the surface. So trying to share some of that is very dangerous for me, because it's coming from a very vulnerable place, and those defenses that you normally have are kind of broken down. So it's kind of hard to really share some of that stuff. And just to let you know how those defenses get broken down, I made a new rule while I was out there, and one of the rules is that when you find yourself crying for no particular reason, you need a handful of Skittles. And that's just, I was telling that story around a picnic table, and this guy was sitting there, was like, "Oh my God, thanks for saying that. I thought I was the only one who did that." Is you literally, you get so tired, and you're so, you're calorically deficient, and you're just, you know, your electrolytes are down, and you're just hiking, and you'll think of something or some song in your earbuds or whatever, and you just find yourself like starting to cry, and it's like, okay, some Skittles, and you can feel the sugar hit your bloodstream immediately, and it's like, okay, I'm better now. So little added tip there for you. Pro tip number 37 when you find yourself crying, eat some Skittles. Talk to you guys in a bit. That's kind of the story. So stick in there, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? It's Tuesday afternoon and May 7th. So I was told to start putting dates on here. And it's a beautiful afternoon, and I was gonna see if you guys could guess where I am. I'm gonna give you a little 360 right here in the middle of the street. Does any of that look kind of familiar to you? That's right, there's more to the story, but it's Tuesday afternoon, May 7th, and I am back in Hot Springs, North Carolina. So there you go. I hope you guys are doing great. Talk to you.